We're doing a $40 day trip. Going to Sycamore Shoals State Park. Abby and I, say hi.
Hello.
We're going to Sycamore Shoals State Park in Northeast Tennessee to the Carter Mansion where they're having an 1800s trade fair. Now this little corner of Tennessee, Sycamore Shoals, was really important in the development of our country. Stick around, I'll tell you why. First, let's look at the $40 day trip rules. Go with whatever gas you've got in the car. You can start out with that. And you can bring food or eat home. Anything you can do to make the day fit into $40. Let's go together on this $40 day trip. Grand adventure. Now would be a great time to smash that button and join the channel, and don't forget to give me a like on the video, and I'll give you a breakdown of our total that we spend right at the end of the video. Hi. Can I make a short video while you talk about that?
Certainly.
Okay.
This is North American mandrake, or mayapple, which is growing right now. It spins up out of the ground like a little umbrella, and that is about the nicest laxative you never want to meet. Oh yes, it's very effective,
Yeah,
extremely effective. So by the end of the 19th century, we start to have pharmacists stocking. If you go to a professional patent medicine box and look at it, it's going to say wild J-lap, and that's just what that is. So a lot of those medicines are incorporated. These are plants you might think of as more culinary, things like dill or mint or sage. Those all have medicinal properties as well. So in addition to things I would harvest from the woods, like my Joe Pye weed and my ironweed, blackberries, I would have things I would grow as well.
We have sage and mint growing at home. I didn't know they had any kind of other properties other than to...
Mint is wonderful for your stomach. Sage makes a wash for your skin. Wild strawberry makes a fantastic astringent, natural astringent. So my little makeup gal here can do that. So many of them. And dill is wonderful for any kind of, like, if you have gas or anything uncomfortable in your digestion. Food is medicine.
Thank you.
Joiners, as they were called, they finished carpentry and furniture makers, and they were providing coffins for, so they thought, well, there's a business here that's a need, so they just started undertaking dealing with the deceased. That's from the late 1700s, early 1800s, fine furniture, coffins, and undertakings.
The trade fair is at the Carter Mansion, which is part of the Sycamore Shoals State Park. You can tour the mansion, but it includes steps. So instead of doing that, we're going to head on over to the Sycamore Shoals Visitor Center and see what trouble I can get in there. Day trip, a Bodacious $40 day trip. I have to keep reminding myself of that because we are at the Visitor Center, and what happens when I always go to a visitor center? I always spend too much money. The point of a $40 day trip is to get everything in the trip within $40, and that is so hard when I stop at the visitor center. So I've got to find something inexpensive to buy because those purchases help support the parks. And that's true for state parks, national parks, you name it. This is dedicated to the spirit of the Overmountain Men. They were heroes of the American Revolution. The Overmountain Men got their name because they lived over the Blue Ridge Mountain. In 1780, the call for reinforcements went out. The men dropped what they were doing and went from the mustering grounds right here at Sycamore Shoals to Kings Mountain near Blacksburg, South Carolina, where they won the battle, and Thomas Jefferson considered it to be, quote, the turn of the tide of success. now that's cool. The pottery shards were found at the Carter Mansion, which is where we just were. Here we go. Pure beeswax candles dipped by hand. You are coming home with me. And I need these. Cool. Hi. No postcards.
No, that's we don't have.
Okay.
All right, sorry.
Okay.
You want to back for these?
Yes, please.
Okay. We're having siege in May.
The first time we ever came here was for a siege. We just accidentally stumbled upon it. Getting out of the car, we heard this loud boom.
Yeah.
And
Look here.
thank you. We're going over here to look at the historic markers. Get some more idea of the history of the place. In 1775, the Watauga Association bought lands from the Cherokee along the Watauga, Holston, and Great Kenaway rivers. Who remembers hearing about the Transylvania Purchase in school? This was actually a really big deal because it bought over 20 million acres. Those lands are now part of Tennessee, part of Kentucky. Sycamore Shoals of the Watauga, Reverend Samuel Doak conducted religious service for the frontiersmen in what is now Tennessee. Are you ready to go load up? Let's get in the van. We're getting lunch at Sonic, just ordered. Here's what the hot dog looks like. We got French fry.
I got tater tots.
You would. That's the breakfast burrito.
It is. Got bacon and sausage and cheese.
So we use apps a lot when we're traveling because of the special deals and promotions. Now, he didn't get the burrito because it was cheap and we had to, but because he likes having those things for lunch. I don't know. Nothing to complain about here. I mean, it's a hot dog, chili, bun, and cheese. Remember, all the expenses have to be $40 or less. So how are we doing?
We're doing okay. That was $15.50.
$15.50?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I rounded it up to 16 so she can keep the change.
Okay, so 16.
Yeah.
What about gas? Can we get home?
Yeah, we're good enough to get home. We're doing okay.
16 plus $13.41 from the gift shop is
$29.41.
yay.
We're under budget. Yeah.
Let's look at how we did. We spent $17 for lunch at Sonic, $13.41 at the gift shop, and made a $1 donation. Brings our total to $31.41, which brings us in at $8.59 under budget. Let's talk about how we did it. We stayed close to home to save on gas. We chose a free attraction that also had a free event. We ate breakfast at home, refilled our water bottles, and used an app for meal deals. Then we also had dinner at home, frozen pizza I could just throw in the oven, and we brought snacks with us. This let us have a great time without stress, and even the dog liked it. Leave me a comment down below to tell me what you thought of this trip and what ideas you have for $40 day trip opportunities. Let me know, and remember, we're always about the hashtag Be Bodacious, which means you're not going to let life get in the way of living. And if you haven't subscribed yet, click that button and don't forget to share it out because that's how we grow. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next video. Bye.